This is the first time we're clapping and such muted response. A bigger round of applause for Back in Delhi. There we go. In Shri 4 auditorium, I can't hear myself, and here I can't hear you all. This is different. But super excited we're back in Delhi. We've got a star cast on stage as well. So many familiar, of course, with all of them. We'll start with Aisha ma'am. Of course, a big round of applause. She's back. Krishna, once again, always giving the fullest support. Dancer, big round of applause for him. Alan sir, this is the heartbeat of MFN that I first talked about. I'd like to welcome from Gamef, Brazil, Mr. John Groves right there. Big round of applause for him. And the main event, the gentleman on my either side. Can we have a big round of applause for Sanjeev Budwar and George Stojovic. Let's get this party started. First, we're going to start. I normally start with Aisha ma'am whenever she's there, but today, Alan sir, putting you in the spotlight. We're right here in Delhi. We're out there in the open. It's getting bigger. It looks beautiful. So much is expected. We're so excited about going back to Shri 4 because of the crazy response that we got last time. Was it a no-brainer to come back to Delhi?
Are we on with this? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was. It pretty much defined itself what we did with MFN 8. So it wasn't a no-brainer at all to come back to Delhi. Plus, these guys have a massive fan following in Delhi. I don't know what they do in Delhi, but the fighters are really well followed in Delhi. So we had to come back.
We're back here, and it's like a comfortable space for all of us. We've had Hyderabad and Delhi. We're back, but it's almost like now it's a serious end. When you repeat a venue, it's because you really liked it, and then also because the response was amazing. So what are you thinking about MFN 9? I know you got excited just before. When we were meeting the fighters before, you were even more excited. But what are you expecting from this? Yes.
To be honest, I think every time I think we can't do better with the card, and then coach pulls something out that's even better. So for me, MFN 9, the card, right from the undercard to the main card, I can't decide which fight is going to be more exciting to watch. They all look crazy, and I think it's going to be a fantastic event.
It already looks like it. I've never seen a more serious lineup right in the front. No smiles at all. Today, everyone looks set for business. Krishna, this is your baby. You get so proud every time you see the developments in it, every time you see the fighters do really well. Sometimes bad luck happens, but the fullest support all the time. Do you spend pretty much the week leading up to it, every single day thinking about it, how you can do more, and then the aftermath of that, what's next? Is that you in your head all the time?
24/7. I mean, this is such a passion of mine. Of course, I'm not a professional fighter, but I've been following the sport for over a decade now. I'm a huge fan of the sport, and all of this started from just pure passion.
And look at what it's become. And one of the people that has been very responsible for this has been Dancer, and I've been now 4 or 5 MFNs, and now I can feel like I can say very easily also, Dan, every time I see your reels, I see you teaching, there's such a respect that comes across. I think there's a great respect for the sport, for the opportunity that everyone's got. It's grown bigger and bigger. Today we've got John who's joined us as well, who's going to be our color commentator. Just tell me, you must look with such pride to see how much it's grown from MFN in the early stages to now.
Sullivan, when people move from India to the United States, they usually don't come back. I come back to India because of Matrix Fight Night.
There we go.
That's how awesome this show is.
It's not as hot. We're outside, and your experience. Have you been to India before?
No, I have not.
Wow. So what do you think? We're presenting the Taj to you. What do you think?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah. And the sport itself, has grown in leaps and bounds in India. What do you think?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
I'm seeing very positive things. Absolutely, a well-oiled machine, honestly, here with the MFN.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
Super impressive words coming from abroad. That's what happens. You get to then sort of compare the two. Alan sir, making a fight card is always tough. You get criticized for not picking everyone. Sometimes the fights go really well. We're watching it in, when we go into City Fort or into any of the venues. And then when they turn out well and there's a really pound for pound action is great, you're very happy. Was this a tough fight card to make? I see a lot of familiar names, but with new opponents.
Yeah, I think if you go through the entire fight card, there are a lot of names that are new, as always, because I have told you we had multiple conversations that my favorite part of the fight card is the undercard, because those are the names. I mean, I keep talking to Aisha ma'am and Krishna, and that I hide in the lobby and I see the faces of these fighters when they come into the hotel, and I see that joy. For me, that's the biggest thing of all. And we've achieved so much with MFN. And coming back to the fight card, I think it was the last few fights which we had in MFN 8. They defined themselves, so they translated into MFN 9. And this gentleman sitting right next to me makes a strong case for that being in the main event. And the others, I mean, they are just some of the stars that we want them to grow more and more internationally. And by now, a lot of guys that you see in the front row, they've made a name for themselves. So I'm just happy. So fight cards are always exciting.
When he does make the fight, now I know Krishna gets very excited as well. But are you actively like starting to watch and see? You can chart progress now. You've seen in the last 4 or 5 events how they're going. So how involved are you there?
I'm not at all involved in the fight card per se, but yeah, I'm always in coach's case about so coach who's fighting, because I have my favorites sitting here, and for me, I always say MFN is a family, and I truly mean it. And some of the boys sitting right here, they've been with us from MFN 1, MFN 2, and they believe in our vision and they stuck with us. So loyalty is something that I appreciate greatly, and I'm so happy to say that the way things are going with MFN, trust me guys, this loyalty is not misplaced.
I'm going to ask the two of you. Krishna, do you have a favorite on the fight card?
I feel like if you look at the fight card, it's one of Coach Allen's best work. We have everything from MFN's first super fight to another international talent coming in our main event and weight, which is very impressive and a very difficult thing to do. So props to that, Anga. What else? I mean, this has everything. So much new talent that I'm so excited to watch perform. And there's nothing better than doing that in a full stadium full of fans, because I feel like the fans really. They act as fuel and they give these guys that motivation, guys and girls, that motivation that they need.
You still haven't given me one fight. You have to.
You gotta look at the whole card. It's unreal. It's so hard to pick just one.
Actually, that's true. It's well balanced out. Aisha man, are you going to dodge the bullet?
Absolutely.
All right. Sanjeev Baji, congratulations.
बार में भी तार कहेंगे कोई दिक्कत ना आए इस बार वो भी दूर कर देंगे भैया क्या बात है
बहुत कम शब्द बोलते हैं मैंने very few words क्या दिक्कत हो गई So I'll tell you what he said. No big deal. He said this is no big deal. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, hopefully he didn't say something mean to me, because I didn't understand that. Hopefully he can come in fights and show me if he means business. We are sure as hell going to give you a show, and that's what we came here. I'm not going to say it's an easy fight. He knows damn well I'm not an easy fight. He's not an easy fight too. Don't get me wrong. We are here to give you a show, and that's what's happening.
We're waiting for the show.
Who's older than me. Actually, I never fought anyone that's my age or younger than me. So yeah, I'm used to that. I'm used to being an underdog. All these guys that are more experienced than me. But yeah, I came here to shock the world.
All right, let's see if we can shock the world. I'm going to open out to questions.
5 rounds, what is it going to look like?
Okay, we got to it finally. So just to announce to everyone here on the record that we have belts coming up on MFN 10, and we are just still picking our brains that how many categories, but I can assure you there are more than 2 weight categories that we'll be giving the belt for. It's a fantastic belt. If I had the opportunity, I would steal the belt and keep it in my home, but ma'am's not allowing me to do that. But it's for you guys to win that belt. So MFN 10, we've got 2 or 3 belt division fights coming up. Yes, if it's for a belt, it will be championship rounds. So 5 into 5.
They thought maybe it was just a one-off show and we were just doing it for fun or I don't know what. But all big ideas often have their share of doubters, and I think Apple is the best example of that. So MFN, we are here to stay for sure. We've just begun, and well, there's so much that we have to share with all of you this evening. But we'll do it a little bit at a time.
Also, I feel like we've done, a pretty damn good job in the Indian market already. If you think of Indian MMA, there's nothing but Matrix Fight Night. We're talking global now.
Is what Tishu had spoken about at the last MFN. Tishu had mentioned to us that she's actually getting emails and messages and text messages from fighters, promoters, gyms across the world. So that answers it. We're not just making an impact on India, but on the world market. That's what we're doing.
So, like I said, a lot of people maybe don't know what my family is like, especially my kids. If they get their teeth into something, they don't let go. And we've started MFN with a purpose and with a vision. And we will be here as long as that vision is yet to be accomplished. Having said that, I would love to share some incredible news with all of you today. We have just signed a big broadcast deal for MFN. And as of MFN 10, we will be going live broadcast, and that's very exciting news. That also means big money. So, and for us, big money translates to big paychecks for our boys and girls. That was always something on my agenda. I've kept talking about it every press conference. But today I can actually say that as of MFN 10, all fighters signed to Matrix can expect a massive, massive paycheck increase. This is for base pay only. And there are lots more incentives being planned as well for those who come up with fantastic performances, wins, etc. But the base pay for Matrix fighters, you guys are going to be really happy.
Fantastic news for everyone, for all the fighters. You all earned this, and they've done it, ma'am. Gracious from their side as well. A big round of applause for the whole team. Well done. Thank you so much. We are
that as well. It's already in process. We've got some really cool stuff coming in, and we're just waiting for the right time to launch, possibly around MFN 10 as well, because that seems to be like, the turning point for Matrix, and a lot of big things, good things happening at that time. So it seems to be an ideal time to launch the merch as well.
Thing to say, across the MMA, the Irish, Brazilian, and the English have considered the biggest fan base for MMA. And I think it is high time we Indians change this landscape. So, no disrespect to the Serbian guy and the beloved country, but sir, Paji, we will all be waiting for you to knock him out and send him to Shadowrun.
is an audience. आज पूरा support आपके लिए. बस ये बोला हूँ.
I don't know anyone will support you, but as an Indian, I'm supporting you. And I want everyone to support you because I'm sick of Irish and sick of Brazilian and I'm sick of English to support their fan base. And I'm here to do for an Indian.
The best part is he understood everything. So I had to translate that to him, but it's cool. बेचारा जिसको support नहीं है. All right. Next.
Would love that competition to happen as well, but see, we got to live. We live in a land which is judged by law. We have to respect the law. We live by the laws of this land. And if the law permits, if the government provides adequate permission, protection, security, whatever you want to call it, or permissions for that to happen in India, I would be the first one to jump on to that fight. If at all it doesn't happen, we will take it to a neutral venue where both India and Pakistan can come and fight. So अगर खेलना है तो शायद permission के ऊपर depend करता है, definitely. But I'm interested in that fight for sure.
Many international fighters fighting in this card as well, and we're definitely beyond India now. As a sanctioning body, I'm talking about GAMAF. What is your perspective on this? How do you see MFN when you compare it to other international promotions?
Before I answer, So he just jumped off. I just thought I saw Jason Ramey Solomon. There you are, Jason Ramey Solomon. What's up, man? He wants the belt. What MFN is doing is sure, small, but secure steps. And GAMAF is going hand in hand with those steps. So we're not being over ambitious. We're doing everything the right way. So we're not going to just, take some hasty decisions and just blow all of this, because there's been so much of hard work. So everything is going at the best pace, at the right pace. There's so much of information and knowledge that's being shared internally, which is taking it in the right direction. So I think we're just taking the right steps at the right pace.
Yeah, what to expect when I was coming here. And since I've landed, I've found such a rich and kind culture that I've absolutely fallen in love with, as well as an unbelievably organized and professional event in the MFN. I really think that speaks to the leadership sitting here at this table. Leadership that takes into account things like fighter safety and officials training. I think the MFN is ahead of its time, honestly, doing things that other organizations should take note of.
Preparation that you can give, you're young, you're 20, all fighters are coming in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is there any mental preparation that you have planned coming into this fight?
Don't get this wrong. I started doing MMA 11 years ago, and that was such a long time for me because I'm only 20 years old now. So already I have so much experience, I have so much fights. I can't come here and be like stressing out about some things. He can have whole world behind him, I'm still not gonna care. I'm here to do my job, he's here to do his job, and we're here to provide you a great entertainment. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much.
I mean, I think we've answered this question already. It's a no-brainer, the success of MFN 8, I would credit to our fans. I feel like the energy the fans bring over here are absolutely unmatched for the fight game. And like I said, it just benefits these guys and girls. It works as motivation and it fuels all our events. So very happy to be back in Delhi and very happy to have a full stadium once again.
Fight, actually, to be honest, I have very few and short conversations with the fighters. I rarely get to speak to them directly because of all our work that we do. So when I spoke to Seth about fighting in MFN 9, true story, and so we offered Seth as Zahoor as an opponent, and one thing Seth said to me that I will avenge my friend's defeat. So that sounded like a big call out. I was like, okay, so what do I call this? Because we got the co-main event set, we got the main event set. So I said, this is a super idea. So that's how Super Fight came into being. So now I think we'll have to start having a lot more super fights. So any revenges, any grudges that you guys have amongst fighters, just bring it on. MFN will bring those super fights for you.
Right, perfect. Let's go.
What's up? All the fighters, all the fans, people around the world want a belt, guys. We want the gold. When is it gonna come?
You obviously missed.
I missed it.
You were underwater for that.
Coming?
Yes.
It's coming.
That's already answered.
Woo! Yes.
Double digits, baby.
Guys, I want to share one more bit of good news with you. It's my dream to have our own Matrix fight camp. I've been watching a lot of you guys training in Thailand and all of this. And so I just kept quiet because we weren't ready. But work started on Matrix Fight Camp. And we're going to be getting the best coaches from all over the world. Muay Thai, BJJ, whatever you guys need. But I want to make it a world-class facility for our Matrix fighters to use. And hopefully you won't need to go anywhere else after that.
Sign me up.
Today is a big day, ma'am, isn't it?
Yes.
One after the other, you're out with the machine gun, which is brilliant. And it's only, so, for you also. This is Laddu Peda time for us. It's like sweets time. We've never got so many sweets in one go. So, big round of applause for Aisha ma'am and Krishna and Alan sir. This is a big, big day, man. So, stay focused, all you fighters. We're still a few months away from MFN 10. We've got 9 in front of us. And you have to prove yourselves now. And as ma'am said, if you do good, then it's incentives for that. So now you have to perform. And there are going to be people that are going to judge. Social media is a big place. You know all your fights go out on YouTube, all your fights go out on social media, your various comments come out there, so give it your best. When you're out there in the ring, just do as much as you can. It doesn't matter what the other people are saying and what has been said here as well. Right, coach, should we have the face-offs? Attitude, gentlemen, in front of the camera, attitude. Come on, cheer them on, boys and girls, come on. Here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our main event. A big round of applause. Good luck to both the fighters. It looks good kills. We go live at 6:30. Be there or be square. Let's have a pose, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a pose for the cameras. My co-main event, my main event, and my super fight.
किस तरह की तैयारी चल रही है और क्या उम्मीद है आपको कि क्या आप इनको हरा पाएंगे?
एक नंबर की तैयारी चल रही है। बाकी आप बताइए, कल मैच देखकर मजा आया ये ना आया?
बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, हमें पता है हरियाणा वाले जो है, मैं खुद जो है हिमाचल का रहने वाला हूँ, दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, लेकिन हमें पता है कि जितने भी गोल्ड आए हैं सब हरियाणा से आए, फाइटिंग में है, रेसलिंग में है या कुश्ती में है। तो आपकी किस तरह की तैयारी जो है वहाँ चल रही है? तो कितने दिनों से आप तैयारी कर रहे हैं?
कई साल हो गए तो तैयारी करते हैं।
उन्हें तो इस बार पूरी उम्मीद है कि आप 100% जीत आपकी है।
इस बार फाइट बढ़िया दिखाएंगे, हार जीत तक
चलती रहती है। ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच, बहुत बहुत आपके लिए एडवांस कंग्रेचुलेशन।
Very well. Yeah. I don't think that. Don't get your opponent. Yeah, I mean,
Mabuhay Pilipinas! Pilipinas! I feel like it was, again, an absolute no-brainer. You know, I think the fans really fuel our events, they fuel our shows. It's a blessing to have the fans back after a little bit of a break. And I really believe that the fans, they act as fuel and as motivation for the fighters. You know, for our guys and girls to perform to the best of their abilities as well. Thank you. Thank you.